Tonight on Timeless Cinematheque, we return to the sunlit shores of early cinema with The Fatal Mallet, 1914, directed by Mack Sennett. This short film brings together three defining figures of silent comedy: Charlie Chaplin, Mabel Normand, and Sennett himself, at a moment when the language of film comedy was still being discovered through movement rather than meaning. There is no romance here in the modern sense, no emotional resolution, only rivalry, impulse, and physical reaction. The Fatal Mallet captures a time when comedy was raw, competitive, and unapologetically physical. It is not refined, but it is essential. Let's take a look. The Fatal Mallet exists at an early crossroads in silent film history when comedy relied almost entirely on physical conflict rather than character or narrative depth. The story, two men competing for a woman's attention, is merely a framework for motion, collision, and escalation. Charlie Chaplin's performance here is especially revealing. This is not yet the Tramp as we remember him. He is sharper, more aggressive, and less sympathetic, very much a product of Keystone's house style. At this stage, Chaplin is still learning what kind of performer he wants to be, and what kind of comedy resonates beyond the immediate laugh. Mabel Normand, however, already demonstrates a natural command of the screen. Even within a film driven by blunt slapstick, she brings clarity and rhythm. Her presence grounds the chaos, reminding us that early silent cinema was not only shaped by performers, but by women who understood pacing, framing, and audience connection. The Fatal Mallet may feel crude by today's standards, but it represents an important moment in cinema's evolution, before subtlety, before sentiment, before the emotional sophistication that Chaplin himself would soon introduce. This is comedy before it learned to soften its edges, and that, in itself, makes it worth remembering. Hello, friends of Timeless Cinematheque. Today we're stepping, just briefly, out of the archives of classic cinema and into a strikingly modern saga that blends science fiction, mythology, and a haunting sense of what it means to be human in a digital world. Two of the creative minds who've helped shape that story are here with us today. Please welcome Clara Voss and Marco Navarro, better known as Lena Carter and Rex Talon from the AR Wars.
Thank you, Claudia. It's wonderful to be here. The AR Wars has been such an emotional and honestly intense journey to be part of. We began with a world where augmented reality was everything, and slowly revealed the darker truth hiding beneath it. Cyborg vampires, resistance fighters, moral compromises, you name it. But at its core, it's a story about identity, control, and what people will sacrifice to stay free.
And the really exciting part is, we're finally approaching the end. The final episode is about to drop, and everything we've been building toward, all the secrets, the betrayals, the impossible choices, comes together in this last chapter. If you've been following the series, you won't want to miss how it all resolves. And if you're new, now is the perfect moment to binge the whole saga and join us before the conclusion lands. We're incredibly proud of where this story goes, and we'd love for you to be there when the AR finally flickers and the truth is revealed.
So there you have it. A dark future, a fight for the soul of reality, and one final chapter left to tell. Head over to Werewolf Biker, catch up if you need to, and don't miss the finale of the AR Wars. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please keep watching Timeless Cinematheque.